Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah, otherwise known as Sarah Says Hi here on YouTube. And today I'm giving a 5-week update on my keto alternate day fasting. Did I lose more weight this week? Stay tuned and find out. And welcome back, guys. I follow a ketogenic diet. I've been doing it for a little bit over a year. For the past 5 weeks, I've been following keto and alternate day fasting, which is a fast of 36 hours, 3 days a week. So this was my week 5 results. So this went from July 8th until July 15th. Every Thursday morning is my official weigh-in day where I take my photos and test my ketones and blood glucose levels as well. So just right off the bat, I will say that I lost 1 pound for the week, which is good because the week before I only lost 0.6 pounds. So 1 pound is still making progress. I feel pretty good about that. I have now lost a total of 17 pounds in 5 weeks of doing the keto and alternate day fasting. There's something that I have noticed over the past 2 weeks from a Saturday and Sunday weekend of not doing any fasting. When I weighed myself on Tuesday, I was up 3 pounds. I think I was weighing 188 pounds. And the same thing happened the week before. Again, when I weighed myself on the Tuesday, I was up 3 pounds. And it has to do with the fact that you're eating 2 days in a row over the weekend. Even though I had a fasting day Monday, I know that has to do with taking in more water and from the foods you're eating. But this is a trend I have noticed for 2 weekends in a row. So this weekend, I'm not doing any fasting again. In fact, tomorrow we are actually celebrating my son's high school graduation with my family, just a small get together, just my immediate family, because we're supposed to be social distancing still. But we wanted to do something special for him. So we're just having a barbecue. We're just doing hot dogs and hamburgers. Those are his favorites. And he's not a cake or like brownies kind of person. So we're doing ice cream sundaes as his dessert. I do plan to eat keto at the barbecue. That's easy enough because I can just eat hamburger patties and hot dogs with cheese and I would be okay there. But for the ice cream sundaes, I am going to bring my own Rebel ice cream for myself, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I am gonna put magic shell topping on top of it. I may put some candy toppings or cookie toppings on it as well. I figure that will be my little cheat meal just because I want to be able to celebrate and not feel like I'm depriving myself while everyone else around me is making ice cream sundaes. So yeah, it is kind of a planned cheat. Following keto while doing alternate day fasting is very easy because you're just so grateful that it's actually an eating day that you find that it's easy to stick to keto. You're satisfied eating the keto meals. So on my regular days of eating, I don't eat any carbs. I don't cheat. It's been the last few weekends that I've cheated a little bit here and there. We had 2 birthday parties last weekend in my family. So they were back to back. It was Saturday and Sunday. So I celebrated a little bit there. Yeah, I had a little bit of cake. So I did celebrate. But that is the great thing about alternate day fasting. I won't say for keto. So if you're on keto and you have a cheat day, that weight might show up on the scale for several days. It might take you several days to get back into ketosis. But with alternate day fasting, because of the fasting, you can get back into ketosis within 24 hours. So I don't worry about that. I know Monday, doing a fasting day, I will be right back into ketosis. And then the weight doesn't really affect me because I have such a high calorie deficit from the alternate day fasting because you're essentially having 3 days where you're not eating. And that would be, 1,700 calories in the bank that I'm not eating. So I don't worry about any weight gain from doing these little cheat meals. I'm expecting that when I try to weigh myself on Tuesday after Monday fasting that I will see a small weight gain because of the eating that is happening over the weekend. And that's okay. It's part of the process. Another thing this week is that my sleeping has improved. I had said in one of my videos, I think maybe it was my second week of alternate day fasting, where I noticed that the sleep patterns were changing and I wasn't getting enough sleep at night, maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep maximum. And then I would wake up and I would be wide awake for an hour or two. I have heard some theories on that it's that you're producing higher ketones, you're in a deeper state of ketosis, so you tend to be awake during the middle of the night. I'm not sure why that is, why it's specifically ketosis that's causing that during your sleeping hours. Or maybe it's the fact that I have been so exhausted this week. So I have shared before that my job is very physical, and I do go back and forth on, am I eating enough calories? I don't know. I'm eating just over 1,600 calories on my eating days. My job is very physical. I am lifting patients. I'm a physical therapist assistant, which means I am lifting, 150, 200 plus pound patients to transfer them from the bed to the wheelchair, or just even helping them stand up. I have to use a lot of strength. So my job is very physical. And this week, I worked full hours all week long, so I was very, very exhausted, especially noted on my fasting days. I was just drained. The other thing that it could be is the fact that I'm now having to wear an N95 mask with a face shield for work. And the N95 mask, if you haven't worn them yet, they are awful. You really feel like you cannot breathe wearing them. My whole mouth is covered in sweat. You're rebreathing a lot of CO2 because a lot of your oxygen is not going totally out of the mask. You're rebreathing the CO2. Plus you have the face shield over the mask, so that's kind of bouncing back more CO2 to you. So I feel like maybe some of the fatigue could even be that and not so much the fasting, although I'm sure the fasting is a big component of it. I'm sure the CO2 also plays into that as well. There was one day this week where I went over my calories, not counting the weekend, because on those party days, I'm sure I went over my calories too. But as far as like a regular eating day during the week where I am tracking my calories, I was over by 80 calories, and I just felt like I needed something a little bit more that day. I was hungry, so I ate. I listened to my body and I ate. There was one day where I got a headache, and that was last Friday. And for some reason, Fridays seem to be the really hard days for me. I didn't take any tension headache medication. I should have. I ended up waking at 2 o'clock in the morning, had horrible nausea, had to take the tension headache at that point because I just could not handle that headache anymore. And then I also had 2 days of leg cramps in a row. I keep this little calendar here, and this is like where I track everything that's happening. It's kind of like a journal. So I write down like how I felt during the fast, what my calories were, did I get a headache? Did I get leg cramps? How I felt energy wise? I write that all down here. So I ended up getting the leg cramps Wednesday night into Thursday night as well, but that'll be for next week's update. So yeah, it looks like that at least one night during this week between the 8th and the 15th of July that I did experience leg cramps. And I am taking a supplement, a magnesium supplement, and I'll show it to you guys if you're curious. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this product. This is the Ionic Magnesium Citrate. If you're going to ingest a magnesium, they say that this is the quickest way to ingest it. With this one, you have to be very careful because it can give you disaster pants if you take too much. But what I have always found whenever I use this product is that I felt like I wasn't getting enough magnesium. I felt like it wasn't being absorbed, and I would have to take quite a bit. I felt like it wasn't working. So I actually did more research. So now I take this one. It's by Bio Schwartz. And actually, I'll have a link for both of these in case you're curious. Down below, there'll be a link for Amazon for them. So this is my favorite, magnesium bisglycinate. This is the chelate. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Chelate form. And actually this form, it's only 2 tiny capsules, was recommended by Dr. Don D'Agostino. If you're not familiar with him, he does a lot of research with the keto diet and Navy SEAL divers, because it has to do with something about the divers would get seizures when they're trying to resurface. They did studies that finding out that like if the divers were into deep ketosis, that they didn't experience the seizures when they're diving. So anyways, he's very fascinating, but I consider him to be like someone that I really look up to when it comes to any information about the ketogenic diet. Anyhow, he actually recommends this form, the magnesium bisglycinate, the chelate form. I'm not sure how you say it. He doesn't actually say this brand. This has just been a brand that I've been taking for a year now, and I absolutely love it. I actually have felt like taking this along with the Element Labs LMNT electrolyte drink that I felt like I was not getting leg cramps. But I kind of slacked off during this fasting period where I was just taking the LMNT, and on my fasting days, I only take half a packet, which is not enough. It's probably not enough magnesium. So I resorted back to this week starting to take these again. So I take these every night in addition to any of the LMNT packets that I have drank throughout the day. I have been taking it on my fasting days as well as my eating days, especially when I noticed that the leg cramps were starting to happen again. I think I just started taking this again like 2 days before. My guess is that you probably need about 3 or 4 days of this in your system until it's leveling out your magnesium levels. At least for me, that's what I've experienced. You have to be consistent when you're on keto. You have to be consistent with those electrolytes. And I thought I was doing a pretty good job by just taking the LMNT drinks, but obviously not. So I'm back to taking these. In addition to taking magnesium orally, the best way to get magnesium in the body is transdermal. That means through the skin. I'll also put a link for this down below. But what you do is you order this magnesium chloride flakes. I want to say it was like maybe $10, and you got like 2 big bags of this, and this is 1.5 pound bags. And I've had this forever. I mean, I probably had it for like 4 or 5 years because I don't use it that often. So what you do is you can either take a bath in that, and you just throw in like, I think it's like maybe half a cup or something like that into a bath, and you soak in it for 20 minutes and you just let it work through the skin that way. The other thing is, and this is my preferred method, is you can mix it in a little glass bottle. So what you do is you take 1 cup of distilled water, and it should be warm water when you're mixing it, and you're going to mix in 2/3 of a cup of the magnesium flakes. And you dump it in there, you stir it around, you let it dissolve, and then you let it cool down. And once it cools down, then you can pour it in the bottle. So when I get leg cramps, I don't just get a Charlie horse. I will get multiple muscles cramping. So if you already feel yourself cramping up, you spray this. So if I do fly out of bed in the middle of the night to spray this on, I don't wash it off. I rub it on my legs, I go back to bed. It's a very weird feeling because when you crawl back into bed, it doesn't feel oily at that point. To me, it feels salty. It feels like you just took a dive in the ocean, came out, dried your legs off, and it has that kind of drying feeling. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spray this on your legs. And they say no more than 20 sprays. So I will do up to 10 sprays on each leg, and I just kind of spray it on my lower leg. What you'll find is that it will sting. You will find that your legs are burning and you're thinking you're having an allergic reaction to it. It's not. From what I have read online, when you feel that stinging sensation, it means your magnesium levels are low. Also, I recommend that you spray this in your bathroom. It does kind of have a little bit of an oily feeling. So I would say spray it in your shower or your bathtub, or at least lay down a towel or something to spray your legs then. And then you want to rub it in really good, and you can rinse it off in 20 to 30 minutes. I typically only spray this as I'm getting the leg cramps. When I fly up out of bed at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning with leg cramps, I hobble to the bathroom and I spray this on my legs. But if you want to do a preventive, then I would recommend doing it daily. And the best time would be like if you're going to take a shower, spray it 20 minutes before the shower. something like that. So if you actually want to see a video of me making this, maybe I will go ahead and create a video to show you guys how to make the magnesium oil and how to apply it if you're interested. So if you really are interested in seeing that, then comment down below, show us your magnesium oil recipe, and I'll make a video on it. And if you're curious about what supplements I'm taking while I'm doing my keto and alternate day fasting, then go ahead and leave a comment down below that, hey Sarah, I want to see your supplements, something like that. And I will go ahead and record a video for you guys to show you all the supplements that I take. It's not very many, but I do take a couple supplements every day, even on my fasting days. So 17 pounds in 5 weeks. I'm not quite at my pre-quarantine weight. I'm like 0.6 pounds away from that. So I will get there. Next week's update, I'm sure I'm gonna surpass that goal. I do have a clip for you guys right here. I think it was in October, I was showing like a full body shot. I haven't shown a full body shot in a while other than like stills, but I did a video full body shot today. So I'm going to show that here for you guys. And it's an outfit that I wore back in October. And I just wanted to show you guys like if it looks any looser today. I mean, it's leggings, so leggings are going to be fitted, but at least the top you can tell the difference. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon, and that will notify you every time that I have uploaded a new video. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.